home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Cornhuskers will put total leather and will get started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Hawkeyes offense will have the football first. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we'll get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games, the team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially...
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air on second down. Rushes on him. Finds space on the right. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd's bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Parker. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They'll keep it on the ground. Plows through the defense. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Nebraska's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game record. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Using the quick game. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Traore. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Huskers are in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
And the Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Looking for space. It's Haynes. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll run play action. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle? Intercepted for the 11th time. He'll be stopped, but not before getting... And the Hawkeyes have their offense in high gear. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll leave it with him. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
There's just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
That's caught. It's Parker. Turning it on. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. Now up by 7 points here in the second. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Looking for a gap. It's Haynes. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Cornhuskers can really attack on this second and short. Might be changing the route. Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. They just keep firing. The quick out.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll run for it on third and short. Inside the 40. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
To the air on first down. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Traore. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Working that left side now. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Huskers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Huskers! strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the run, it's Haynes. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He lets it fly. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed in the middle, it's Haynes. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, The focus that receivers have, it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard him.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Looking to throw again. Here's a heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Huskers will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it to the right. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Hawkeyes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab past the marker. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. The offense changing the play. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Gonna look downfield again. Got a man. It's Bell. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Huskers have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on 1st down. He rifles one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. This one's complete. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. And the Huskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
But when you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the 1st down.
Wants to go up top. Back's looking for the goal line. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. On the ground. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Dean. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. The Hawkeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Using his legs, it's Roberts. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Off play action on first down. Hit as he throws. Snagged in the middle. It's Bell. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Leaves it with the running back. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Somehow fits it into that traffic. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
That's a really big completion for the offense. And look, I know they didn't get the first down, but because of it, they're now set up in 4th and very short. And if you're the head coach, you're thinking very long and hard if you're going to go for this one now because of that success you had on that play.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Keeping it on the ground, trying to create a little space, and he was stopped in his tracks at the 3.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, on offense, this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot down the sideline to your best wide receiver in a one-on-one situation.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. The Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. A really disappointing end of that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job of finishing.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the 1st. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. The Huskers are on the move. They'll run it. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense...
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska! That might be the proverbial 4th quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
In football, you hear the term quit, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football, and they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the 1st down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Hawkeyes will hustle to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the community.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. He'll go to work in the air on second down. He wants it all. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Right on the money. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Caught in the backfield, it's Bell. Turning it on! Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw it. Quickly complete. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line. And the Huskers are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husker! The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
What they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Roberts. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Looking to throw, it's Roberts. Quick strike complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. Makes the grab. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go. It's incomplete. They've been waiting to run that one and couldn't quite pull it off. It's 3rd down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Bringing the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. DB's right up on the receivers. Pressure coming. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.